What movie is simply magical to you, no matter how popular or unpopular it may be? A goofy movie *. Do you need a break from modern livin'? *. The pizzas in the Goofy universe always looked so damn tasty. Laughing face. The Mummy. Edit. Wow, thanks for the awards, guys. So glad to see so many of you liked it so much. I'm a librarian, honestly my all-time favorite film. Constantine. Didn't get the best ratings but I loved it. Peter Stormare was an amazing Lucifer. Treasure Planet. Beautiful backgrounds, interesting character designs, seamless blend of 2D and 3D that was way ahead of its time, and a fun melding of past and futuristic. It captured my imagination like no other film had or has since. Jurassic Park. I'm 32 years old, and every fucking time I hear that music play and Alan and Ellie see the brachiosaurs for the first time, I'm immediately transported back to being a 5-year-old. There's no movie that has better captured that feeling of sheer wonderment. My Cousin Vinny. The more I watch it, the more brilliant it is. It never gets old. Second-Hand Lions. Cheesy and heavy-handed at times, but well cast and heartwarming. A wonderful combination of coming-of-age and classic adventure storytelling, with a healthy dose of whimsy and wholesome life lessons. Plus, Berkeley Breathed, of Bloom County and Opus, drew the comics that adult Walter has in his studio in the intro, epilogue. Sometimes, the things that may or may not be true, are the things worth believing in the most. That people are basically good, that honor, courage, and virtue mean everything. That power and money and power mean nothing. That good always triumphs over evil. And I want you to remember this, that love. True love never dies. Robert Duvall as Hub. Who does this guy think he is? I'm Hub McCann. I've fought in 2 world wars, and countless smaller ones on 3 continents. I've led thousands of men into battle with everything from horses and swords to artillery and tanks. I've seen the headwaters of the Nile and tribes of natives no white men had ever seen before. I've won and lost a dozen fortunes, killed many men, and loved only one woman. With a passion of flea like you could never begin to understand. That's who I am. Great movie, very underrated. Stardust. I've seen it so many times. I wish I could watch it again but for the first time. Emperor's New Groove. Kronk is best Disney character, don't at me. Favorite part is Kronk making his own music when he goes to dump the llama. Tremors. It never gets old. The Fifth Element. ETA. Thank you for the awards, Karma. Big Trouble in Little China. Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's just its own thing and so mature yet fun. Edit. Thanks for noticing me and upvoting. I saw Hook and Mouse Hunt as a kid during Christmas time and so those have both the residual child and Christmas magic going for M. I also will never not feel in awe of Titanic. That opening scene with the first shot of the Titanic and the swelling music. I heard that Spielberg said Hook is his least favorite movie that he's made. Also that he wishes he had CGI when he was making it, instead of the sets. No dude, Hook is amazing, and CGI would have ruined it. I loved the kind of giant kids playset feeling of the forest, pirate town sets. Edit. Who is going to start the Hook Playcenter franchise so my daughter can have a birthday party there and I can live vicariously through her? Matilda, 1996. Oh brother where art thou? It's bona fide. Practical magic. No matter how old it is and how cheesy the story, I still love it and get pulled in every time. Shaun of the Dead is brilliant from start to finish. The Iron Giant. Clue. Just rewatched it recently. I've also been listening to a lot of movie critic YouTube channels over the last couple of years, so I've got this dull awareness of what you have to do in order to make a movie. Clue is really well done. It's edited really well, and the cohesion of how it's put together really feels like they knew what they were doing. And Tim Curry is a monster, especially for that last act. He carried the entire last act on his shoulder but at the same time he was able to completely integrate all of the other characters into his performance. It makes me wish that every mystery movie had Tim Curry show up and explain how everything was done at the end. Dunno if it's been mentioned already but Ever After, 1999. There's something super magical and special about its storyline and the genuine love between the main characters. Also, I'm a sucker for Cinderella. Edit. Sorry, got the year wrong. It's 1998. I shall go down in history as the man who opened a door. Who framed Roger Rabbit? When Judge Doom put the shoe in the acid. Man, that was hard to watch. Chicken Run, 2000. I don't want to be in a pie. Big Fish. Howl's Moving Castle. It's of my favorite Hayao Miyazaki movies, but when I bring it up, a lot of people haven't seen it. I see no point in living if I can't be beautiful, turns into a blob. A sincerely imaginative and touching movie. When I was a child I borrowed Nightmare Before Christmas from the video rental store and I never heard about it before. It was the most magical, gorgeous thing I've seen. I was religiously renting it over and over again and I never talked to friends about it, so it seemed like my little obscure discovery when I was a little older, but still a child, and traveling. I went into a goth shop and I saw some Jack Skellington artwork. I loudly said what it was to show to the store people that I get it, like it was some insider reference. I was so proud, but no one seemed that impressed, although I thought they were my people. Not long later I realized it was this huge thing, widely popular across the world and definitely not a reflection of my profound tastes and insights. And that every hot shop and other goth stores have the artworks as a given. It very deeply disappointed me, but I still think it's magical. I just feel it was taken away from me. Sad face. I'm just picturing you walking into Hot Topic like, what's this? A Knight's Tale. It's called a lance. Hello. Empire Records and Labyrinth. I could probably watch those every day for the rest of my life and never get sick of them. Greater than Labyrinth. I think this is my favorite fantasy movie of all time. It's just so wonderfully whimsical, and the use of beautifully painted backgrounds instead of CGI just speaks to the imagination. With the exception of the fairies, which I don't really enjoy, I love all creatures. Especially Ludo, the Prince of Egypt. The Incredibles. I wore out the DVD. How to Train Your Dragon, actually the entire series. Test Drive and Forbidden Friendship are beautiful scores mixed with the visuals. 12 Angry Men. I thought it was going to be boring when I first had to watch it, but man, it was just so captivating and still holds up so well over 60 years later. Had a teacher show us this in school. Everybody groaned when we found out we were going to watch a snooze fest. We were all gripped. Amazing movie. The original Disney Jungle Book. The hand-drawn animations still look amazing. The musical numbers are great. Kaa and Shere Khan are both still terrifying. I want to be adopted by Baloo and Bagheera. Oh, and Clerks is perfect. Cool Runnings. The Princess Bride. The Fire Swamp? We'll never survive. Nonsense, you only say that because no one ever has. Wallace and Gromit films. Back to the Future will always be a pure spectacle of filmmaking. Stand By Me. It's a great film. It's such a wonderful film of childhood and friendships. It always reminds me of my childhood and the adventures we'd go on. We never found a dead body though. For the record, this has been my favorite film of all time since it came out. I love it so much. Starship Troopers. The sudden change from lighthearted, if concerning, high school love triangle drama to terrifying warzone is done just expertly. Not just that, but the sheer scale of some scenes with the number of armored up extras is absolutely insane. Willow Shits the Tits. Jurassic Park. I know it's a popular movie to begin with, but I absolutely adore it. I am 17, so I've never had the chance to see it in theaters on the big screen, and that's one of the things I wish for the most. I am not sure what about makes me like it so much, I just do. Edit. Some words. Beetlejuice. It's one of my favorite movies ever made. It's really hard to explain how it influenced me, but it really is a magical movie. Thank you. Now I'm going to watch it once again. If you never saw Beetlejuice, you must. It is truly a magnificent movie. Ratatouille. Kubo and the Two Strings. That movie is everything to me no matter what happens. School of Rock FTW. Edit. Thanks a lot for the award. The first one I ever get. Office Space. It captures office life so perfectly it's humorously scary. Pan's Labyrinth. I was so scared as KUD, but I love it so much now. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Pleading face. Amelie. I went to see Amelie at the theater by myself late on a Wednesday night, 10:30 showing. I was the only one in the audience, though a staff member came in periodically to check if I was still there, I guess, but they let me watch the whole movie. This enhanced the connection I felt with Amelie the character and the film, as it seemed like an Amelie-esque experience. To 20-year-old me, it was truly magical. Edward Scissorhands, the plot, the music, the acting, everything about it seems like a real-life fairy tale. Secret of Neve, the never-ending story. Found myself watching that shit on repeat for the longest time. It's really good and holds great memories and a special place in my heart, but we don't talk about the sequel. Wally edit. Please stop giving this awards. It's not worth it. I just said my opinion XD though, thank you. Jurassic Park. Amazing graphics and production for its time. Bingo. Dino DNA. That John Williams score will forever be my favorite movie score of all time. Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl. The Princess Bride. Where are the Spirited Away fans? Edit. In case you feel like it, can you guys please keep this great thing going, where people write their stories with and connections to the movie in the comments? For science? All Ghibli of course, but Spirited Away is my far and away favorite. My whole calf is tattooed with a Totoro though. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I cannot state enough how much it saddens me to see this movie go so unappreciated. The animation is gorgeous even by today's standards. The songs are great. There's not much I can say bad about it. I just kinda wish more people were into it. Hunchback is probably my favorite Disney film. Like you said, the animation is great. There's a fantastic use of color in this film, and has some of the best frame shots out there. Frollo on the steps of Notre Dame. Esmeralda looking at the stained glass. Any shot with Quasimodo above the city. The soundtrack never fails to give me shivers. The almost every single song has amazing tonal and key shifts, often bouncing from a major key and uplifting tone, to plummeting into darkness and dripping with animosity, or starting shy and apprehensive and swelling into triumph. Mixing in actual hymns and Latin lyrics into the soundtrack was *Chef's Kiss*. But you can't talk about Hunchback of Notre Dame without talking about Frollo. He honestly leaves all other Disney villains in the dust emo. You've got Ursula, she wants to usurp the throne. You've got Gaston, he just wants the girl. You've got Jafar, who wants to usurp the throne. You've got Scar, who wants to usurp the throne, overused. Nah, you've got literally Satan *. Then there's Frollo, who is quite literally a genocidal maniac. Frollo is such an abominable being. He is so sure what he is doing is right and just, that he is ordained by his God, and he is so wrong. He's terrifying. Sorry for going off, I just really like this movie. National Treasure. Fantasia was the first to pop into my mind. The Grand Budapest Hotel. The Martian. The story, the hope, the despair, the music. It feels like it could have been based on a real event. Teddy. The director of NASA. Cool, and the book is even better. If we're going to call something Project Elrond, I would like my codename to be Glorfindel. Galaxy Quest. Coraline, you get lost in that film. Lord of the Rings. The Lost Boys. The Goonies. Hey you guys. Tangled. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Interstellar will forever be one of my favorites. No doubt about it. V for Vendetta. I used to throw 5th of November parties as a sort of a Halloween encore. I've seen it 20+ times and I still laugh, get chills, and tear up every time. Babe. Field of Dreams. I'm not a baseball fan, but I watch it every April to celebrate the season starting. Cry at the end every time. The Matrix. A Little Princess. Blade. Just the first one. Too many people conflate or confuse it with the rest of the trilogy. And it stands alone. Even with faux Gotham, it's a perfect snapshot of the late 1990s, from the interior sets to the music to the hip urban vampire aesthetic going on then. Snipes' shtick worked around a solid enough plot. Few movies have better continuous sequence choreography that, this is key, gets as outlandishly inventive. It defines beat 'em up. Even better than Burton's Batman. It's impressive and schlocky in all the right places. A League of Their Own. Seen it so many times and it never gets old. Lion King 1994. Fievel Goes West. Anastasia, 1997. I was 4 years old when I saw it in theaters for the first time and I still remember the awe I felt at the animation and the music. Still my favorite to this day. Ponyo. My favorite movie for years even though I only remembered it recently. It's amazing.
Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.